Alright guys, RoKage here and welcome back to the brand new video. Here we are, Persona 5 The Phantom X will be the topic. For the people who don't know, 26th of June, which is in 4 days from now when I'm recording, the game is launching globally on PC and mobile. On today's video I want to deliver the global launch tier list. Leave a like, subscribe, your opinions in the comment section below, and massive shout out to pridewin.gg. Now there is also a disclaimer right here that I heavily advise that you pause it and check it out for yourself. Okay, this part, I mean, we can go through that really quickly. Tier lists are inherently a problematic way to convey information and should be used carefully. Here is some limitation we have identified. Character tier lists do not convey synergies well. In Persona 5 Phantom X, certain characters pair and synergize better than with others, which put their power level above the average. A tier list organized at the individual character level will inevitably run into presentation issues inherent to depicting an individual character's value within a team without the context of teams. Readers are encouraged to exercise their due diligence when using the tier list. Information gets lost in aggregation, representing a character power level as an aggregate of their performance across different game modes. Introduce some level of ambiguity. I don't know how to read this. The subjective nature of such assessments will inevitably cause a gap between a character rating and their actual in-game performance. The tier lists are not an and-all reference. The Pridewin Persona 5 Phantom X tier lists are intended to be used as an aid to quickly compare characters, especially for newer players trying to scope out the game roster. Players are heavily encouraged to supplement the tier list with our reviews and various resources available through the game many online communities. Due to Wander being always present fixed party member and due to his versatility, he's not included in the tier list, but no matter the situation or contest, he would always be among the best supporters. Coverage. General tier lists raise the character performance in the following content: story, event, bosses, Velvet Trials, Astrolab Trials, all other trivial content. Bossing tier list, the character performance in the following content. So we have Trials from the Sea of Souls, Nightmare, Gateway, Guild, etc. And then we have here different criteria. We already know, like DPS, Sustain, Support, Navigator. I mean, go check pause it if you don't know what it means. And here it is. Now, let me check out the actual rating. Now, big disclaimer as well, what I noticed. Some characters are ranked like God tier, like T0 on top. But some of those characters are not worth investing, okay? Long-term speaking. I'll go into that in a moment. But let me start. So the best DPS characters on the global launch are Ren and Seiji. They are the best DPS characters on global launch based on this tier list. So it says here T0 general global, T0 bossing. So Joker will be definitely the best DPS in the game, especially in the beginning. You can see that later on he will drop a little bit. So he'll be like T2 on general CN, right? And T2 bossing CN. That's a Chinese version of the game. So you're gonna see that Joker fall off a little bit. You know, it's not the biggest deal, but definitely is worth getting in the beginning, investing into him and just like dominate the content. We can also open the character just so we go, just so we learn as much as possible as well. So 5-star character from Curse Element who has sweeper job assigned to them. The character is also known by the Joker code name and their persona Arsene. To learn more about Ren, check the section below. So we have here his skills. All skills value are shown at level 10 for characters, as the majority of players will be using their character with set level. Set values do not include additional bonuses from outside sources such as mental images. Also, characters do not have one more basic attack and gun skills listed as the latter two are barely used. And one more is generic follow-up, primarily used to down enemies weak to certain elements. Now let's go to his skill. So deals attack curse damage AoE with a 20% base chance to inflict stack of curse, gains 1 fury. Then we have deals attack as curse damage to 1 foe. There is only 1 foe, gains 2 fury. Then we have deals attack as curse damage to all enemies, increase damage dealt by 25% during extra turn, increases damage dealt by 25% if the target have any debuffs. Deals 205% attack as curse damage to all foes and gains 1 fury. Increase attack by 18% per stack of fury. So pretty much, guys, this is passive, right? So when you have more stacks of fury, which you can see he works around that, he'll do bigger and bigger damage, and as well increase damage dealt by 72% during extra turn. Then we have awareness. Now awareness is connected with dupes. You can clearly see that Joker literally don't need any dupes. At A0, he will perform extremely well, especially on the global launch. He will be the best DPS unit in the game. Okay, so dupes, not a must, but definitely will make him even stronger as you get the dupes, of course. But dupes are not necessary. At the end of the Joker turns, gains 1 stack of fury for every foe that's below 60% HP up to 5 stacks. At the end of Joker turn, if he has 3 or more stacks of fury, and if Joker is not in his own extra turn, he will gain 1 extra turn. Joker's debuffs will not count down when entering extra turn. So he will remove 3 stacks of fury when own extra turns ends. Each enemy can only give Joker 1 stack of fury. So overall, insane DPS, especially for the beginning. Now Seiji, as you can see, for him to be at the top, he needs to be fully maxed, okay, based on this tier list. So it needs to be like A6 fully maxed. Overall, guys, me personally, I'm just double checking. Is Seiji a free character in this game? I believe no. Okay, so me personally, I won't invest in him. If I pull him, definitely will use him, right? Especially in the beginning, because he will be amazing for both global and for both general and bossing, right? But still, Joker is so much better and long term so much more worth it. Okay, so that's about DPS. Prioritize Joker. Now we have Lufel. Lufel is a free unit. Lufel is a free unit. I mean, we didn't now go through full analysis related to this unit, but he's doing pretty much win damage, right? He's adding those stacks of resolve as well. At the end of the turn, there is 60% chance to gain 1 stack of resolve. So that's how the unit works. When using Shadowless Trust to a foe inflicted with Wind Death, there is a 100% fixed chance to deal 1 additional hit damage. So yeah, pretty much like pure DPS, win DPS. Nothing too complicated to go through all of this. And again, make sure to A6 him if you want to use him at that highest level pretty much. But again, focus on Joker. Now, Lufel, he's an amazing healer. Especially in the beginning, although later on he will fall off. So overall, I don't recommend heavily investing into this unit. In the beginning, like I already said, he will be amazing because he will restore HP to all allies, right? He'll also do some fire damage, inflicting some burn and decreasing the foe healing received. Again, more restoring HP of an ally, more restoring, increasing all allies' attack. That's nice. That's nice. Increasing healing effect based on your HP. And then we have those dupes, which make him better. Okay, so me personally, Lufel, I'm amazing in the beginning, but as you can see later on, it won't be that much worth of heavy investment. Then we have Yang Li. Yang Li is amazing support. Top tier support. So attack is curse, damage to all enemies, decrease the foe's defense for every 10 speed for 2 turns, and gains 4 memory for every 4 foe hit. Then we have more curse damage, single target, increased damage dealt by 20% if you have any debuff. Mangpo Soap, additional effect, there is 100% base chance to inflict Forget to the main target for 2 turns. If the target has any mental ailments, increase the damage taken by 2% for every 10 speed you have for 1 turn. Then we have more curse damage, AoE, inflicting a Radiata debuff on all foes, which will increase foe damage taken by 3%. So you're gonna do bigger damage afterwards. And then we have those dupes, which gives like more stats and few more addition. So I won't go through all of this because it would last too long. So we're done with this too. Definitely amazing support. As you can see, you will do much bigger damage because of her. Then we have Miu. Again, on global launch, she'll be for free and she'll be amazing, but long-term speaking, she will fall off and she's not so much worth of investment. Unless you have to, you don't have any other characters, you can definitely use her to some extent for sure, because she will give you the defense, shield, as well, more shield to specific ally and decreasing their weak damage taken by 20% for 2 turns, gives the target 2 down gauge and 2 stacks of guard. Gives all allies guard shield if guard is if it has more than 4 stacks. Each stack of guard increases that ally's damage dealt by 2% for 3 turns. That's nice. Again, you will do bigger damage, and again, she performs the best being maxed. I mean, I will see. I cannot remember now, so I got her for free. How easily I can dupe her out, I honestly don't know at this point. But for now, this will be enough to know. We're going to go in much more details when the game launches, and definitely there will be changes. Now, on heavily, guys, recommend, like me personally, I would put it in T0. Like me personally, I would put her here in T0. Long-term speaking, super important unit. As you can see, even now in CN, people use it. It's T1 in general, T1 in bossing. She'll be amazing DPS, amazing AoE DPS. I've been using her, and I absolutely love it. You get her. 1 second. Let me just go, guys. And here we have 3 characters. You get her in the selection, okay? There'll be a banner after a certain amount of summons, cannot remember, I believe 40, 50 summons, and then you can select one of these 3 characters, have a recommendation, and you can invest in this unit. Like from the DPS characters, I'm investing in Ren, Joker, and, right, this is the 2 DPS I will invest immediately. Then I'll hope that I'll get Lee. I hope I'll manage to get her. She's top tier support. And already then I need a little bit of healer, like Lufel, Sahara, for example, a little bit to help me out even furthermore. I mean, she's not healing, but I'll do even bigger damage because of her. Morgana. Now, let me show you Anne really quickly. I already did open her up. So you're going to see AoE damage, fire damage, increasing attack. When Anne is in concentration, decrease the attack for all foes based on 8% of your own attack, and gains corresponding attack for 2 turns. So pretty much top tier AoE DPS that will help you tremendously long-term speaking. So please invest in her. Morgana is one of those characters that you can choose. Morgana is a good unit, but I recommend Anne. Okay, so wind damage. Inflicting Winded for 2 turns. After inflicting Winded, there is a fixed chance to gain Instinct. Fixed chance is equal to current crit rate. Restores HP of all allies, so it's also a healer, and as well dispels 1 elemental alignment for all allies. After dispelling, gains 1 stack of Instinct. Then we have more damage a little bit here, and as well applying Instinct. Healing from Instinct can crit and has 30% bonus crit rate, increasing healing by 24%, attack plus 720 when crit healing with Instinct. So that Instinct will pretty much increase your healing even furthermore. Again, Morgana, in the beginning amazing, but later on not so much worth it. Leo. Like these are sustain healers, right? And these are support characters. So support characters probably, let's check out. So nuke damage one foe when using this skill for every one stack of activate on all allies, increase skill damage by 10%. So in a sense, support as providing you buffs so you do bigger damage. Convert one ally's 30% current HP into shield with an 80% ratio, and additionally gives you 31.6% plus the 900 attack as shield. So pretty much providing you the shield and that increased skill damage. Increases one ally attack. Yep, when this effect is active, for each one stack of activate on the target, increase their attack based on 20% of own attack. So pretty much with this activate and everything else, Leo will provide you with buffs that you're gonna do bigger damage, and as well survivability with shield. I mean, really good unit overall, especially in the beginning. If I get him, I'll probably a little bit invest in him, not sure. I will see. Now, Kaio, as you can see on global, top notch. General global T0.5 and bossing global T0. So in the early game, she will dominate, but later on, she's gonna fall so much. And she's Navigator. So increase all allies attack, increase all allies effect hit rate by 35%, restores 22 SP to all allies, gain 3 beat. Increase all allies damage dealt by 10% for 3 turns, increase the damage dealt by 1% for every 225 attack, increase the damage bonus. So pretty much she's like buffing you. Increase all ally stats by 15%. After gaining that 4 beat, she will inflict the highest HP foe with one random element ailment. When an ally uses a skill that inflicts elemental ailments, increase the damage bonus by 15% for 2 turns. And there is a 21% fixed chance to gain 1 beat. That's how the character works. Again, in the beginning, top notch, like truly broken unit, but it will fall off later on so much that I won't even invest in her unless I have to. He's also a free character. No, he's in a T1 DPS. Definitely amazing unit, especially in the beginning. Later on, so-so. Only for bossing, he's amazing later on. Physical damage, if you don't have rebound, consumes 20% more HP to increase damage dealt by 30 and crit rate by 30. Attack is electric damage to all foes, base chance to inflict shock. If you have rebound, increase the chance. It increases the chance to do that. Select one for foe and charges, then automatically attacks on your next turn. Physical damage, if you have rebound, the skill will always crit. So that rebound is super important, so he maximized the amount of damage. So a really good physical DPS assassin, okay? Against the boss is amazing, also later on, so that's pretty nice. In the early game, he'll be really amazing for bossing. Okay, now, Kano. I personally find this unit amazing. Especially you can see for the bossing, later on he'll be really good. Especially now in the global launch, he'll be like top tier for bossing. So definitely this is one of the units that you can invest in. Even though he's in T1, I personally will invest in him if when I get him, etc. Let me check out. Let me just close this. So, ice damage with a 70% chance to inflict freeze. Deals max HP physical damage to one foe, decreasing the target's defense by 30% for 2 turns. When in the Wilderness Savior state, increase the defense down debuff to 59.9. Also, it increases all allies' max HP, increases the chance of being attacked for 2 turns, and as well restoring all allies' HP. Also, highlight increases all allies' max HP based on the max HP. Restores all allies' HP. Again, amazing for the helping out for survivability. Increase armor by 18. When using a gun attack, there is 10% fixed chance to deal 9% max HP gun damage, and decreasing the the foe's defense as well. So you're gonna do bigger damage. After using absolute zero healing and getting attacked, there's 30% fixed chance to trigger the healing effect of Wilderness Savior. And then you have here the dupes, which make him better. I mean, A0, gain Wilderness Savior after your attack. At the end of the turn, consume Wilderness Savior to restore HP. Increase the chance of being attacked by enemies and gain Wilderness Savior when attacked. At the end of the turn, consumes that Wilderness Savior and restores that missing HP. So amazing sustain unit. It will help you out with survivability. Okay, then we have Haruna. Again, T1 General Global, T0.5 Bossing. Really falls off later on the... later on it will fall off based on the CN information. C damage to one foe, gives all allies pumper redness. You gain 1 stack of childlike fun when an ally deals a damage with skill for 1 turn. Increase all allies healing received and shield received. So will help you again with survivability as well. Will buff the attack of all allies, so it will provide you bigger damage as well. Yeah, all allies damage dealt. Boom. When allies with pumper redness deal damage, there's 40% fixed chance you gain 1 stack of childlike fun. When consuming more than 3 stacks of childlike fun, increase the attack buff from childlike fun by 24%. And then, of course, A0, consume all childlike fun when using skills, increase all allies attack by 8%. So really, in the beginning, now, currently, that's some nice buff for your team, guys. Really top notch. But later on it will fall because it won't be enough. It won't be enough. Okay. Kotone, we have here. She is T0. Overall, I personally wouldn't invest in her. Let me just double check a little bit here. Yeah. Overall, she's not worth investing in the beginning. Like pretty much all of these characters now, what's left. Motoha not bad, but just later on they just fall off. I mean, they're for free, but definitely be careful how much you're investing in those units. You might do some mistakes. So she's doing some ice damage, AoE freeze. Ice damage one foe, increase damage if you have 10 ice crystal. The lower the foe's HP, the higher damage you're gonna do. It increases the answer of knife's edge damage. The lower the foe's HP, the greater damage. When using Dancer of Knife's Edge, there's 100%. Okay, so she's applying that freeze, doing solid damage in the beginning. But overall, she will fall off tremendously, not worth investment. Motoha. She's electric element sweeper job, doing that electric damage. She stands in that DPS. So yeah, she's doing that electric damage. In the beginning, she'll be a solid DPS, but later on, as you can see, just falls off. So please don't invest too much in those characters because you need to be careful on who you're investing, because if you invest in all the characters, you won't have enough of materials, especially if you're free to play. You will be in a great danger. We have Yukimi. Really good, again, for the beginning of the game, a solid unit. Later on, not worth investing because it falls off tremendously later on. You can see here we have T5 on CN version. Overall, defense bless damage to all foes, gain 1 stack of bless, and given the ally with buff 1 stack of bless, gives 1 ally defense, shield, increase defense. So he'll help you out with survivability, sustain. Probably we're gonna have some heal as well, or maybe it'll be only increase defense. So yeah, decrease defense, increase all allies damage as well. The ally with wealth gains damage bonus based on their defense. Every 1500 defense gives more damage. So yeah, it's connected a little bit more defense. It buffs you also the damage. At the start of the battle, a Valve will be made with a random ally. When your turn ends, the ally with Valve will gain will gain a 24% defense shield. So pretty much providing you that shield, survivability, and a little bit of buffs. But that's it. Definitely in the beginning, super valuable. So valuable, but it's valuable for the bosses, right? Yeah. Okay. That's about that. And then we have Noge. Noge is a support, so overall it will provide that buff of attack, right? So see damage to all foes and gain physical damage, right? Gains 2 stack of green leaf. Gives one ally leaf's mirror, increase their attack by 30. Additionally, increase their attack based on 30% own attack and increases their EHR by 15% for 2 turns and consume 2 green leaves. Also here it's gonna consume 2 green leaf. Also when using skill on allies, increase their damage dealt, so also mainly providing that damage buff. That's what Tomoko does, but again, long-term speaking, not worth it because it will fall off tremendously, and in the beginning the unit will be usable in bossing in general, global, overall, but again, not worth investing long term, not worth it. And now we have 2 units which are T3. Those units, for 1,000,000%, please don't invest in them. So we have Sumi, right? He's a DPS character, but not a good one. Those other DPS characters are much better, especially Anne and Joker. Keep that in mind. So doing the curse energy to one foe 3 times, gaining that hatred verse. When you gain verse, there is 25% fixed chance to convert it into hatred verse up to 2 times. Each stack of hatred verse makes Sonnet of Fate has 30% chance to inflict curse. Then we have more dealing the damage to all foes 2 times and gains 2 recovery verse. When you gain verse, there is 25% fixed chance to convert it into recovery verse up to 2 times. And each stack of recovery verse makes Sonnet of Fate restore 7.5% attack to the lowest HP ally. So pretty much just doing the damage here. Sonnet of Fate deals 50% more damage to foes inflicted with curse. So more curse you apply, bigger damage over time you're gonna do, but it won't be impressive. Each time an ally damage, you gain verse. When you have 14 verse, deals 65, 98, 130 attack curse damage to the target, to the current main target. Please guys, do not invest in him. Not worth it, won't do enough of damage. And that's pretty much that. And now for the end, we have another unit, which is a support. Kuratani, he's buffing the damage pretty much. So fire damage one foe, inflicting burn. If the target is inflicted with burn, gains 1 additional stack of martyr. And changes skill effect, deals half damage to all foes with 100% base chance to inflict burn to all foes. So okay, he's currently applying burn. Then we have fire damage AoE. If there is any foe inflicted with burn, it will gain 2 stacks of martyr and inflict said foe with burn with Sacred Flame. Sacred Flame at the start of the turn, take 24.8 max HP fire damage for 2 turns. Again, more fire damage. If the foe is inflicted with Sacred Flame, additionally triggers technical increase skill damage. Okay, and look at this. Increase all foes fire damage taken by 30% and deals fire damage to all foes. So he's mainly actually applying that burn, not so much buffing the damage of our characters. My bad, I really thought he's doing that. Yeah, I knew somewhere he's doing it. So for every 1 stack of Marsher, increase the fire damage taken and elemental ailment damage taken for foes with Sacred Fame by 6%. You will do bigger damage because of that. And when using skills, gains 1 stack of Martyr. Martyr increase all allies' fire damage dealt by 5%. But using skills, you will consume 4% of the current HP. So please, guys, mainly he's applying that burn damage over time, and as well a little bit buffing us. Like if there is Marsher present, all allies will do bigger fire damage. But definitely not impressed. Definitely T3. Please do not invest in him. He will fall off even more in future. So that's that. Me personally, I will invest in Joker. I will invest in Anne, Kano. Also the Wind. I don't know why Wind is not in the tier list. Yeah, it's not yet ranked in the tier list, but I assure you, you should definitely invest in Wind. So Anne, I'm investing in her. Wind or Rico, super important, and Soy. Literally, I'll do that. Literally, this is the 3 units I'll invest, and then Joker. This is for the free units, and this is Joker from the pay-to-win units. And that's pretty much my game plan. Because you need to be careful, a lot of those units like just fall off later on. I mean, Leo is also not bad at all to invest in, long-term speaking. But everything else, you need to be like super careful. Even though they're ranked heavily high, you need to be careful. Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you for all support. Hopefully you enjoyed. Again, this is just like initial global launch tier list. Maybe a lot of things will change, maybe it won't, we're gonna see. Definitely when the global launches, I'll do the strategy like I told you already. Joker and Kano, Wind, maybe someone else if I get unlucky, but that's pretty much my game plan. Also Lee would be nice in the beginning. It will be a easy, but long-term speaking, she falls off. Okay, so yeah, a lot of things to consider. Not the easiest to even talk about this, not the easiest to even make this tier list, especially now before the launch. But hopefully everything is clear. Hopefully you enjoy it. Love ya and bye.